Welcome, travelers of the internet, to Bright Helm Recording. This is your host, Master Barkle, playing Pillars of Eternity. We left off exploring the endless paths of Ardnua beneath Kadnua. We're doing this primarily to kill time until Haravius gets back from freeing some slaves. That way we can bring him into the party for when we head to Twin Elms eventually with Sagani and who else? I think Pelagina wants to go there. And we'll figure out the rest of the party when that time comes. So, onwards to level 6. Got some crystal formation. We must be getting close. I can feel it in my bones. Also, the architecture has changed. Indeed it has. We got skeletons too. Anguithan skeletons? Maybe. Well, Durant sure took a whopping there. Kana, you all right there? Yeah, I feel you, man. Oh, hey, there's more over here. What do you know? Another huge crowd. Drugs. Got a nice little rickety bridge here. Are we in Goblin Town now?
Something over there.
We'll disarm it then. Because I want that treasure. We got a Sapphire Overseer seed. Okay. The space above the alcove is carved with simple hieroglyphs. Does this guy have the note? He's got some nice armor. Real nice. Expedition log page. I do not believe that we will ever leave this place. I wonder if Merrick still does. It still does. It's just the two of us now. As it was when this all began. And the longer we stay, the more certain I am that it will be how it ends. 2. So, Master Barkle here suffers from bad reading-itis, in case you can't tell. We barely escaped the Drake. I cannot help but think it must simply not have been hungry at the time. I would call us lucky, but we will have to pass it again on the way back up. I found Andros. I don't think he was alive for long after that fall, but he made use of his time. The entire pool reeked of Makka's tears. The crooked bastard always did love his poisons. So did he fall into the pool and then, like, imbibed the poisons? I'm using big words now. That had, like, more than 3 syllables to it. This sarcophagus has been pillaged. Its contents removed, the skeletons within been all but destroyed. Skulls cracked into several pieces. A pity. These things ought to be preserved somewhere. The library, perhaps? Or... oh, money. Tell me, do you feel any different? A little ill, perhaps? I'm a little hungry, I guess. I have heard it said that Anguithans set curse upon their bones for thieves to find. It seems the tales are false. And I'm glad for it, of course. Well, now you tell me.
I'll go on ahead.
Goodness. I don't think that's going to keep me from looting it, but still. It would have been nice to know before I just started looting everything. Woohoo, treasure. There's a good few skeletons there. Yeah, Durance, you ain't doing too healthy, man. Lost spirit. Yeah, screw that noise. We're gonna camp for a moment. Barracks construction completed. Oh, hang on a second. Bloody expedition log page. This piece of parchment is barely legible, having been held tightly in a bloody fist. The one clear portion of it reads, "Find the remaining 2 seals. So long as we leave afterwards, as Merrick promised, get the books and the final seal from the 4th floor and run the rest of the way out of here. We'll find some new band of fools willing to take on the endless paths. Sell them the keys to the deeper vaults. Let them have all the glory. Meanwhile, we retire and live a long and quiet life. Somewhere warm, I hope. Somewhere far away from here." Well, you're not very far away from here after all.
Slowly now.
As I figured. I think the Ingwithan curses are more just traps set on these things. The Peridot Overseer Seal. Alrighty. Space above the alcove is carved with simple hieroglyphs. I feel like I've read that before. Is this like the gatekeeper? "You must bring before
And
me
what does the
3
flame
stone
reveal?"
seals. That's what it looks like to me. "Hello? Is someone there? Oh gods, I can't see. I'm here. I cannot hear myself. How am I to tell him anything? Please, there is nothing here. Please, will I never be out of this place? Turn back. Come no further. The gods cannot reach us." I told him, please, please let me out. Let me out. Let me out. Man, what a maniac. 2 large, heavy doors bar passage forward. In the archway above the doors are 3 small round depressions encircled by faded symbols. Each appears to have once contained an object, but all 3 are currently empty. At the center of the left depression is a stylized image of an eye. So we got eye, hammer, and a sword, dagger thing. What marvelous craftsmanship! I don't think anyone has opened this in quite some time. Yes. Quest items, I presume? Okay. Bloodstone. Bloodstone has an engraving of a sword on it. The sapphire has a stylized eye, and so the peridot is a hammer. Okay. Easy peasy. Sauce, eye, sapphire. And then the right socket was the peridot. And then the middle socket was the sword, or the bloodstone, in the sword. Try to open the door. You brace yourself to heave the doors open, only to find that they open readily under your hands. With a great groan and a gust of wind, the path forward is revealed. Well done. We're farther in than anyone else has managed. Let's keep going.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Treasure. I wonder what these crystals are that's all around. They're real pretty. Ooh. Secret treasure with garnets. Sweet. What was that?
And what does the flame reveal?
What have we in here? On level, what is it, 7 now? Goodness gracious. Fragments of faded and Ingwithan runes descend the length of these broken pillars. But what are these? Why were these people chained? Yeah, that is an interesting question. It's been a while since we've seen old Audra, man. We were supposed to go down his whole body, weren't we? We should be like belly level now. You can see his bright belly hole. Oh ho, level ups. I do like that.
Laying low.
No trap. Wind prism. Huh. Why did you... This strange pedestal has a round depression at the top. It seems to be missing something. These machines. They were making blights. Ooh, money. Why would they want to make blights, though? Are they, like, good guardians? Like, they just sit around and attack anything that comes near. Including, like, masters. Like, I feel like they'd be terrible watchdogs. Okay. Moving in the cave. What do we be over here? I'll go over here, huh? Beware, traveler. Greater souls than yours walk here. Turn back. Keep your courage and your spirit for the light. Got some animats.
Brave Tanvii.
I shall be discreet.
Okay. Why is there so many chained up skeletons, huh? Well, there's the stairs down to the next level, but we ain't done here on this level. There's plenty more to see. So I'm guessing this is the Wind Blight room. I recognize that Skylander symbol.
Something over there.
This strange pedestal has a round depression at the top. Am I gonna have to like match stones to certain places? Look there, above the door, Overseer Gabrados. We found it. Oh yeah, but I need the proper key apparently. Okay.
You better run! That's it!
I think those chain reactions whenever I destroy one blight, all of them die.
Nothing will slip past me.
Or almost all of them. But it almost always hurts Durance. Because he doesn't have even like basic armor. He's just in his skirt. So this room is also wind, I see. Any hidden secrets? Oh, I lost the wind prism. And now there's a big gust of wind in there. What's that? Pearls. Okay. We got the flame room, even though it also has a wind symbol. But this is flame, you can't tell me it's not.
Brave Tanvii, which is not very quiet.
Somebody storing their money away with the drugs. That's a terrible idea. Yeah, I still haven't found any other stones. We're just going to find all of them in this room right here. More skeleton bodies all up like this. Rain prism. We got an old copper key too.
I shall.
The engravings remain distant. Something like that. Were these experiments? Oh, the skeletons that are chained up to the pillars. They may have been experiments. Huh. It's an interesting theory. Experiments for what? Probably soul manipulation of some sort. Especially right here. There's like this, you know, ritual here, and they got the pentagram of pillars around. They're just like siphoning all the souls into this one, I guess an Adra pillar maybe, with copper all around it to provide it the spark. Interesting. Oh yeah, is that loot I didn't loot? There is loot I didn't loot. Well, there's the rain prism. Will we find the others in the lab here?
Keeping an eye out.
Cabranos' lab? Any trouble in here? A study! Cabranos' work. Must be. Here's some... Oh, no. We gotta fight Cabranos. Of course.
Lord,
That's it!
Unfortunate for him, he's a little flimsy skeleton.
this
And a wizard
was
at that.
Cabranos. This was the great scholar I was looking for.
Well, I mean... He was a wizard with no front line, and he was a skeleton. I'm sure he had more flesh on him in life. But why? He traveled everywhere. I found traces of his work on 2 separate continents, and he ends his days here, doing this? Was this the source of all that knowledge? Those experiments out there? The bodies? Their knowledge didn't save them. This place is a ruin. Yeah, no, nothing's worth this much death. Kana shakes his head slowly and does not speak at first. Let's find the tablet and be out of here. The Tanvii Ora Toha.
Nice and quiet.
No trap. Aha, the Earth Prism. Got some drugs on the urn. Okay. Got a nice wand. Nice. I'm guessing that's the tablet.
This can't be it. But the symbols. No. I was so close. Look, you can see there's his name. And these symbols. Virtue. Gods, the rest is too worn away. There must be something, a verse, even a word. Be like unto the waves, be wrathful as the sea, anything. Is there really nothing? Not even to explain this?
Kana looks about the room, his shoulders slumped. He bends over the shattered fragments, pulling the largest of them together. Removing a rolled piece of paper and a stick of charcoal from his pockets, he sets about forlornly making a few rubbings. Maybe you can salvage some part of it. Isn't it enough that you found it? What? This shattered mess? I might as well bring back an empty piece of parchment. Kana sighs and sets down his charcoal. He gazes down at the fragments. Use these fragments to inspire. But it existed once. It was here. Whole. He runs his fingers over the stone. Maybe you're right. Whatever was on that tablet, your people made the Tanvii Ora Toha their own. What Cabranos thought about it doesn't matter. Kana frowns a little, his brows furrowing in thought. That is true enough. There were already differences in phrasing, and much of the chant has changed even in the past centuries. Better for us to go our own way than follow Cabranos' example. But that does little to ease our conflicts. Kana gets back to his feet. I'll be glad to be out of this place. I think I could use some air. Well, first, I'm gonna go put the Earth Prism back. Wait a minute. Did I go into here? Never thought to go in here. And there's the Fire Prism, all of the sudden. There's Earth. And there's Fire. Man, Hindsight Barkle needs to put in some cricket noises to fill in that silence of no victory noise or anything.
Over the top.
Keeping an eye out.
Alright. No, 8. A good ways down.
Now this I haven't seen before.
But you see it, so disarm it. Crap. Alrighty, Adair.
Hey,
Alright, got him. What we got over here? The tunnel dissolves into cavern. Okay. Vampire and Darghouls. A vampire? Is that like a vampire? Down here in the endless paths?
Not a problem.
What a strange place.
And what does the flame reveal?
I haven't seen a living something in some while. Wonder what he eats. Beetles, maybe?
Be constant.
Is that my boy there? Audra boy? What are we at now? Those fingers? Be careful, Palagina. Just because you want to inspect it doesn't mean you have to go all the way out there. Don't do it. So they got like this cavern scaffolding around the Audra Colossus. Cool. Way to make the land work for you. Is this the stairs up? Alrighty. Now, all the way at level 8. He's got a really thin hand there, I guess. But yeah, that's a hand right there. Couldn't tell you. So, we're almost at belly hole level. His arm is rising, and somewhere in here is his shoulder. Somewhere in here, I guess. Alrighty. Well, let's get back to
I shall
it.
be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
It's not repetitive at all so far, so I know the endless paths aren't truly endless just yet.
See now what the flame has shown us?
Are you willing to disarm that one? Voice crack. No? Okay.
hey.
Adair. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, you got.
Ready? Of course.
Yeah. Oh, you got petrified. Okay.
Keeping an eye out.
What do we got here? The ruins and engravings upon this familiar machine are unnaturally well preserved. The machine itself remains inert and lifeless.
I can do that. That's settled.
Do it. Alrighty. It's like a miniature version of the machine, I know.
Something over
Alright,
Hey.
there. Go get it. Can't disarm that one either, can you?
Hey.
Petrified. You'll be alright, though. No more? Okay.
I shall be quiet as a calm sea, which is not very quiet.
Alrighty.
Not a problem.
Got some more ghouls and dark ghouls. And another vampire. Those vampire keep on charming my guys. Gotta say, it's a little annoying. Oh hey, there's that locked door I couldn't get through earlier. Well, I can just go around it. More Darghoul. Probably a vampire in there too.
Brave thou.
Well, you know, vampire. Silly wizard. You can't scare Tonk.
Slowly now.
Well, this is a conference room if ever I've seen one. The Council of Vampire.
Reveal.
Blue flame. Wow. These vampire are something fancy. This room is gonna be full of traps. And that chest is gonna be trapped.
Hey,
I knew it! Run away! Oh, the Sun Lance missed. Oh, man. Poor guy. Good friend. Are we in here, huh? More. These ornate stone coffins are lined with Audra. Peculiar runes encircle the jeweled sphere at the center of the lid.
Be cautious. Be constant.
Why are the coffins spread out so? Like, I think you'd want to, like, slot them in the wall like we saw earlier. Why can't I loot any of them? Are these the actual Nguithan tombs where we may get cursed if we open them? Well, that's no fun. Pretty much explored everything here. Let's head to that bridge. Obviously, there's going to be a boss fight on that hand. Oh, no! How did I miss that?
quick and quiet.
Well, these ghouls are friendly, huh? Thick copper veins run beneath the Adra surface, providing a skeletal framework that protrudes like bone from rotting flesh. Okay. This guy's got a throne, even. Wow. At the center of this massive Adra structure, beneath the long shadow of the Titan's curled fingers, sits what appears to be a man. Unlike the slavering, animalistic creatures you have encountered on this floor, this man is really regally composed, lounging upon a crooked stone throne, yet his gaze has a piercing, feverish quality. He watches you intently as you approach. So I'm gonna presume he's like, vampire. What are you then? One of theirs? Strange that you survived the planning stages. He speaks in fluid Nguithan, you note, though his voice is taut with strain. Man, how would the Nguithan speak? I'm gonna keep on like the vampire. It must have been hard for them, those beggars, those cowards, but you won't go any further. No, you can go right on back to them, your masters. Let them feast on you instead. What? Maybe he's the master below? So let's fight him. I go where I like. Rawr! Okay. Do you have sweet loot on him? Ooh. Argues Adra. Unique heavy armor, huh? Also ups your lore by 2.
Not a problem.
Well, that was easy enough. Thick rust-red veins of dead Adra worm their way through the statue's wrist and into the darkness beyond.
Ready when you are.
Hello? Oh, I can't go up. It's too steep. Oh, here's another bridge.
And what does the flame reveal?
It reveals beetles.
Slowly now.
I feel like there's gotta be a secret wall there or something. Anyways, another level. I think Durance could use another rest. Your eyes open to a familiar scene. Durance sits with his staff laid across his lap, a malignant flame sprouting from one end. He is difficult to make out, his features soft, bleeding together, but the staff you can see clearly. Its etchings aglow in molten orange, though Durance's face is difficult to distinguish. There is no mistaking the hardened expression, the furrowed brow. His voice hisses and sputters, low and unintelligible, as though having a private argument with the staff. Traces of spittle catch the firelight as they fly from his lips like sparks. And to your surprise, there is a female figure behind him. You were about to call out a warning when you realize it is the Magran statue where you met Durance at the fork. Yet, she seemed almost alive for a moment. Her cast shadow seemed as if it was moving, cloaked. Then it is still, frozen with the night at its back. Examine the staff. There is something odd about one of the symbols. A circle of 12 smaller circles. One of the small circles glows brightly, but the other 11 give off little light. They flicker and fade like dying embers. Between his hissing curses, Durance lowers his face close to the staff and blows on the fading circles with panicked rapidity, coaxing light from them, but they do not ignite. One by one, the light of the circles dies, and smoke rises from their ashes. Only one still burns. Is Durance losing faith? Durance hurls his staff at his feet, and it clatters to the ground. Its edges have become soft, difficult to find. Like its owner, the staff has become a blur. You close your eyes and reopen them, and Durance is there picking up his staff from the ground, but the blur is gone and you are awake. Well, let's talk about that, Durance. How's it going, buddy? And what much you say now?
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skidding your knuckles on the wrong door.
I had another vision of you, one of the symbols on your staff. It was dying.
You see many things that aren't there, Watcher. Perhaps the symbol was for your disappearing sanity, and we are to bid it farewell while you still have the wits to grieve for it.
I saw a symbol with 12 circles. What does it represent? The dozens?
That symbol? The God Hammer.
Oh. Same story. Then it was the God Hammer symbol I saw extinguished on your staff.
No riddle there, Watcher. It took 12 of us to build the God Hammer. Afterward, I took my leave of all of them to see what Magran had in store for me. I've seen none of them since.
So are they dying off? Like what's going on there?
Your kind has a way of interpreting its visions to fit the version of the truth you like best. But Magran's flame leaves no room for interpretation. Waste the time of others with your distortions and your fever dreams.
My kind, the people of the living lands, are very practical and reasonable, right? We see a tiger and it jumps and tries to kill our young ones. We're like, bad tiger. Don't kill young ones. And so we kill the tiger. Perfectly reasonable, right? Flames may leave no doubt as to what or where they are, but why they are is anyone's guess.
It's always the way of the mad to try to convince others of a reality only they can see. But when your doctrine's the truth, it requires no convincing, only an opening of the eyes. I would purify you, Watcher, if I thought it would help.
Well, we didn't get anywhere with this conversation, I guess.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
Well, let's keep moving, I guess. And there was another wonderful episode of Pillars of Eternity. A bit sad for Kana. He did not get the closure he thought he would find within the Tanvii Ora. The Tanvii Ora Toha, I believe is what it was. But I think he should still keep faith. For even in that small finding, that the discovery, you could still make leaps and bounds and inspire people with it. Be faithful in small things, because it is in them that your strength lies. This is Master Barkle from Bright Helm Recording, signing off.